Eric and Mike. Let me try again.
Eric and Mike like ads.
Yeah, gosh, I didn't want you to find out this way. I did not want you to find out this way. Yeah, Matt, we're going to be making a change.
That's fine.
But what I like about, I think what makes Eric and Matt like ads so groundbreaking. I think what makes it so popular, I think why we have the level of views that we have is because we're just two guys. You know what I mean? We're just two guys, just recording a video conference. So, so what do you say we watch an ad or several of two other guys who burrowed their way into the hearts of America?
Yeah. Why don't we?
A lot of horn honking happened down there today.
A lot of horn honking?
A lot of horn honking, yeah. I don't know what do people do in cars anyway?
No idea.
Huh. You know, someone should do that. Someone should like take that. Like that would be a cool concept for an ad campaign. Like show people in cars like doing things. Like I don't even know that it matters like what they're doing. But like I think that could be like a thing. I don't know. What do you think?
Sure. Probably.
This ultimate chicken sandwich is so great. I mean, this is the chicken sandwich that all other chicken sandwiches are going to be judged against.
Well, I'll actually be the judge of that, Peter.
Okay, so what are you, some sort of chicken judge?
I find this ultimate chicken sandwich on brioche bun to be guilty of being delicious.
Great. TJ, this is ridiculous.
You're out of order. I'm out of tots. Order me a drink. Case dismissed.
All rise for the honorable new ultimate chicken sandwich. And don't forget our ice cream cake, shakes, and cones. This is how you Sonic.
Man, that's great. That's so good.
I'm out of order and tots.
Case dismissed.
That's
good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Did you find the tennis elbow commercial?
I did. Here. I didn't want to like just drop like 10 links on you.
Yeah. This is so respectful of you. Thank you. Let's watch that one. Tennis elbow.
Wow, this jumbo popcorn chicken's so great, huh?
I got the spicy ones for my tennis elbow.
It's a shame you got tennis elbow.
My doctor said I should spice it.
Yeah, probably ice it is what he said, seeing as how icing is a actual remedy and spicing is not.
He said ice it? I'm gonna live! Yeah!
Well, you just have tennis elbow.
Pete, I'm gonna live!
And spicy jumbo popcorn chicken, starting at just $1.99. This is how you Sonic.
Two guys, right?
Yeah.
Two guys, right? Two guys. TJ Jagodowski and Peter Grosz. Grosz, G-R-O-S-Z.
Found their names.
Yeah, through the power of the internet.
Names.
Yeah. They were the two guys. They were just like, they're just comedians, right? I think like maybe like writers, like those people, you know, they're like comedians and stuff, right? And I think they've like done some other things. I think they've had like some TV show stuff that they've participated in, but like this is really what they're known for, right? And they were doing these ads for like, it was like 8 or 9 years. It was like early 2000s up until about 2010. and they lost the gig for some reason. Like Sonic was like, thanks, but no thanks. I think maybe there might have been an agency change. It's been a while since I researched this, but like it was something like that. And they got rid of them. And they put together their own DIY Sonic commercials. Hey, you know about that? You don't know about this?
So I just Googled Sonic 2 Guys DIY commercials.
Yeah.
And the first result is a change.org petition, bring back the Sonic 2 Guys commercials. Right? So not only were they doing this like DIY grassroots thing themselves, but they like actually had support.
Wait, what's the date on that? Because change.org isn't that old, right?
I mean,
is it 10, 12 years old?
Oh, no, this is new.
Of course it's new.
January 4th, 2021. So now there's people even trying to bring them back now.
Good.
Well, they should, because I mean, sometimes giant corporations like the one that owns Sonic just doesn't know what the hell they're doing.
So they did this campaign, and they have like, you could YouTube it, which by the way, they're hard to find now. You used to be able to find all of these commercials, which absolutely means there's a conspiracy going on. That's the only thing that could mean. This is a conspiracy. All right.
But I think it goes all the way to the top.
It does all the way up to Ronald McDonald, because he's the guy, by the way, that's at the top of the cabal, like the fast food global cabal, like he's at the top of it. Think about it. They're always in a car. It's just two guys in a car talking back and forth. And I think a lot of it was like scripted, unscripted, kind of improv, because these guys, they do like improv stuff, right? And they would just do it. And it was absolutely brilliant. And like commercial after commercial just makes you laugh. You love these guys. They're so likable, right? They're so likable. And I get it. Like you do something for a long time, and sometimes someone's gonna be like, well, we've been doing that for a long time. Maybe we should try something else. But so they canceled them. Another agency came in. I don't remember who. Maybe I do. Mother LA came in 2019, and then they dropped them in 2022.
So from what I kind of figured out is that Mother is still involved, but actually my notes aren't super comprehensive. But is it Inspire Brands that owns Sonic, or is Inspire the new agency? I know that it was like a publicist group that is now sort of like running the campaign, and I think that from what I could tell, even the newest ads, that Sonic ads that we'll show in a couple of minutes, from what I read, like Mother is still involved, but like it's like a partnership, like an agency partnership. I see Mother as kind of a smaller, more creative agency, and certainly Publicist / Zenith Group are like more big strategic.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. All I know is that they are not using these commercials anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't know. What do I know? But well, let's show. You know what? Just show them. Let's show them the new ones. Show them the new ones.
Anybody at school that makes you melt like this queso burger? I think it starts with the right.
Stop! You're so mean. Sonic queso burger.
I don't even think I can make this at home for $3.99.
No, you have to buy the meat, you have to buy the queso, you have to buy the bread, you have to buy the cheese, you gotta buy the grill, you gotta buy everything.
Queso burger.
Ooh.
Okay, that's not the new ones though. These aren't the new ones. These are
the
ones
it's not.
Between. And that's
I wanted to show like the succession, right?
So I think that petition you saw might have been during that I don't know.
Probably,
though,
yes.
I don't mind
these
these.
came out in 2020.
I don't mind these as much.
No.
I think they actually play along well. I think the move would have been 2 guys plus this sort of stuff. Get the real people in there doing the thing. That kid's cute, right?
He is. You know,
cute.
and all of these commercials, I watched a bunch of them. I don't have them ready to, show, but I watched a bunch of them, and they're all, families and, couples and stuff like that. There's like one with like an older couple, and it's cute,
Yeah,
and I think they changed it just enough that it's still fairly good. And
they kept the structure. They kept the structure of the campaign, right? You're still in a car, you're at a Sonic, you're inside, you're doing unscripted kind of banter dialogue thing, right? It's featured around the product, but it's still actually like entertaining enough, right? You know?
And when you're using a commercial for so long, it becomes part of your branding, right? And like that branding is like a mental shortcut, right? Like, hey, like this is what this means, and it makes it easily recognizable in that very like it's difficult to capture somebody's attention, and get them to think about it, right? And especially in 30 seconds or even 60 seconds on the, when somebody's watching whatever, a football game or TV or whatever. So I think it keeps, like it plays off that equity that they built with all of the 2 guys stuff. I would go a step further and say, like, it would have been cool to see this campaign evolve to include some of the 2 guys, like the 2 guys, like it would have been interesting to see
real
like
people?
all of a sudden they're like in the back seat of the station wagon or something like that,
Yeah.
That would have been
like that.
That would have been funny. And I think people like, that definitely has the potential to, I'm hesitant to say viral, but people, it would capture people's attention. But they didn't do that. They clearly, they went with this one for only a couple of years, and then they pulled the plug on this even. So.
And then what did they do? Show us what they did.
I don't know if you want to see it.
No, I don't want to see it. I actually don't want to see it because I've already seen it.
Not sure you're going to be too excited about this one.
I already know I'm not because I've seen it and I don't like it.
There's 1,000 different drink combinations at Sonic. I'm going to list them one by one. Get ready. Cherry limeade. Well, it looks like we're out of time.
Sonic. You spend the day watching your kid's big game. At least one of you is having fun. And Chop House Aioli is calling your name. You want crispy onion strings and a brioche bun. Everything's better with melted cheese. Kevin's dad doesn't understand boundaries. The Sonic Chop House cheeseburger. Sonic.
I can just see it in your face. The disappointment.
Yeah, so this is like one of the newest ones.
Yeah.
Because they launched this campaign about a little over a year ago. And it's a song. And the song lyrics are the message. And they're showing not real people in, quote, real settings, right? And they show the food. And it's always humorous, right? It's like, oh, it's funny. There's some sort of funny twist. There's like one where a dad's at like his son's like baseball game or something. And the son sucks or something like that. And like the dad needs to pretend to be, I don't remember what it was, but which is the point, by the way. All right. And that, because no one wants to watch a drawn out, conversation of you and I talking about this, I'll just go right to it. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to say it. So I guess I'm not going to go right to it. I'm going to try to go right to it. The 2 guys commercials are so memorable. All right. They're so memorable, which is like one of the most important things about advertising. They're so memorable. And these new ones are so forgettable.
Yeah.
They're so forgettable. It's not like they're not well produced. It's not like
they're very well produced.
There's like a story arc in it. Like, I mean, they're doing all, like, I guess, like, theoretically, they're doing the things you need to do. They're just forgettable.
Yeah.
And they don't, in my opinion, I'm not going to say they don't make you think negatively of Sonic, but like, do they really make you like, do these commercials bring you closer to Sonic, create more of a relationship and a bond emotionally with you and Sonic? I would say they don't, but the Two Guys commercials absolutely do that. They still do it. They don't even air them anymore. And you watch one of these things and it does it for you, right? Which is why I can't understand. I mean, we don't know. I mean, the conspiracy obviously is that someone has removed these Two Guys commercials from the internet. But like, I gotta hope and pray it wasn't Sonic or someone like being paid by Sonic to remove those commercials, because those commercials are good for Sonic. And they should stay on the internet, and people should be able to search them and find them and watch them and love them, because it'll make them love Sonic more.
I want to take a step back, and there's from the first and second commercials, and I'm not sure exactly how I feel about this, but there is one tiny nuance that they changed. It goes from, the tagline goes from "This is how you Sonic" to "This is how we Sonic."
Mm-hmm.
And you know, on the surface, it feels like a nothing burger. But no, like it actually kind of like it almost feels like a good thing. Like, oh, we're, like, it's more inclusive. This is how we Sonic. We're all into this together,
Mm-hmm.
But upon further reflection, I feel like I almost hate it, because it's like,
I almost hate
Sonic. This is how you Sonic is like,
that's
like,
great.
it sounds like a tutorial, but it's really like just making the viewer the center of the universe. Whereas this is how we Sonic, it's more like taking that away from you, right? Like, it's more like, hey, here's this group of people, and like that's how they Sonic. Like, I quickly get from we to they watching that and hearing that tagline. I don't know how you feel about that, but
yeah, they've gone through a bunch of them, and you're right, and they've had several that were similar in what you were describing in terms of the phrasing. I don't know. I think that's a subtle thing that I don't know really makes a difference. I don't know. I think this is the sort of thing that maybe you can, like, in your mind rationalize, saying like that's a smart thing to do one way or the other.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, in reality, if it actually changes anything, like if it actually really matters which way you say it. Do you know what they're using now?
Sonic.
That's correct. Sonic.
Who's the genius that got paid to come up with that?
Matt. Okay. That person is a person. Okay.
Are we sure? Because honestly, this entire commercial,
have imposter syndrome and wonder if they really have, if they're really good at what they do. And
I'm here to tell you them that they do not. They don't have what it takes, and they should take 2 weeks off and then quit.
Matt, is it true? Is it
no.
necessary, or at least useful?
But you're saying that this is a person that came up with this. Are we sure that it's a person that came up with this? Or because this whole thing reeks of like AI, like somebody asked AI to like, hey, can you write me a commercial, and can you write me a tagline?
The great advertising con of 2023.
They used
agency
AI
gets paid hundreds of millions of dollars to use AI to write ads.
Right. And like, I know, of course it's not true. I'm doing one of your bits where I go in,
I know. Yeah.
But no, I mean, like, if you watch this commercial or any of these Sonic commercials, like you said, it has all of like the pieces that should theoretically make it a decent commercial, but somehow it just falls flat and it's unmemorable.
You just said it. And you just, oh gosh, and you just figured it out. Gosh, you're so good. You're so good. And that's what it is, right? Because like, that's the problem with AI and creativity right now. AI certainly is a productivity enhancer. We use it for lots of different things. And I would even say that AI has a role in creativity as a tool to stimulate creativity, to assist in research, and actually even proposing ideas that a lot of it's not going to be good, but there's little nuggets that then inspire you to be like, oh, that image is actually a really powerful image though. But what if we did this, that with that? So I think like to use it as a way to help you move along, I think it's actually cool. But to use it to create, I mean, all you're going to get is what's already been gotten, right? Because that's how it up until what 2021 or whatever, right? So like most things that are written are garbage. They're not great, right? Like garbage in, garbage out, and that's why most businesses or brands have garbage advertising, because they've consumed garbage advertising, and that's what they then expect advertising to be. So they create that, or they ask people to create garbage advertising. And these are good people, honorable, honest people. They just don't know, right? You know, so it's okay. No judgment there, but it happens. And I think that's what you're going to get from AI, right? We're not saying that the new Sonic commercials were written by AI, but that's what I'm saying. That's the code you cracked. They don't seem to have that spontaneous kind of like magical, just whatever about them. But the Two Guys commercials did. And I think it's because of that very unique dynamic and energy that existed between those two actors in those moments, riffing off of because I'm sure they had props, they had scripts, they must have, right? But like, there was something happening there that just wasn't,
it was organic.
Well, it wasn't like felt hyper controlled, right?
It felt organic, right?
Yeah,
like a lot of those conversations
just are so produced and so controlled, and they don't have that same essence. There was just something really special and real, even though you knew it wasn't real. It's a commercial. But like the new commercials, there's nothing real about them.
No.
There's nothing that special about them, even though they're brilliantly executed for what they are. And probably cost a ton of money to produce. So I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure these were very expensive.
We're not the man in the ring, as so to speak, right? So like, we're not Sonic. We're not the people making these decisions. I have to concede ultimately to the people that are in those seats that have to make the decisions and ultimately have to, they live or die by it. So, but from where I sit, just merely looking at the content of it, I don't know. I mean, if you had to move away from the Two Guys, I mean, I don't know. I don't think this was the play. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know how Sonic's doing right now. Sonic was not doing well pre-pandemic. The sales were starting to dip. And so I don't know if they were thinking like, hey, these Two Guys may have like run their course for us. So I could get that maybe. And then the pandemic happened and they did really well. And it wasn't because because they were like drive-in, right? Yeah. Other drive-through type businesses did not do as well. I guess it was because it was that plus the fact that they had an immense variety on their menu. So like, there's lots of places you could have gone to eat, but could you get your whole household to agree to Burger King? Can you get them all to agree to McDonald's? Can you get them all to agree to Taco Bell? you could probably get them all to agree to Sonic because like they kind of have all the stuff, not all the stuff, but enough of it, right? So I think that had something to do with their sales going back up from what I've read, but I don't know how their advertising is actually really played into it and how they're even doing this year. And look into that, and I don't know if that information is even available right now, but at least not to
not yet.
A plebeian like myself, you know?
Yeah. Well, Two Guys is great. The other two are in succession. Not as great and awful.
Less great, yeah. It's okay. Maybe we'll get that 2021 change.org petition with 372 signatures.
Yeah, let's pump it up.
We'll get that thing going and they'll bring it back.
Well, if there's anything that I know about large corporations, it's that they're very receptive to just like public pressure. They want everybody's opinion. They don't feel like they know everything, right? So.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that works. That works. Cut that out. Don't put that in the podcast. Don't do that.
I would have used a different.
Yeah, I know.
Different joke there.